Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of On the Rocks with Tracy and Angie, where we celebrate life with a grain of salt, a wedge of lime, a shot of tequila.
More importantly, a shot of God.
And
God comes before tequila, but okay.
And today's tequila, we have, I got this just for the name, Tequila Pantalones. Blanco Organico from the mountains Hencho y Mexico.
I love it. Oh, got a little Mexican accent going on there, baby.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, get that
Pantalones,
ready.
pants.
I thought it was underwear.
Oh, is it? No.
Pantaloons. Pantalones.
I'm not sure. But anyway, welcome everybody. Hope that you've been doing well out there. And as you can see, we're in our Christmas garb.
Merry Christmas. Christmas is coming. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
No, absolutely not.
No, I'm not ready at all.
No, I
haven't gotten anything.
I got a few
the
things.
tree up
I just got my grandson done from Amazon stuff that Gina sent me, and I still am waiting for the lists for my other grandchildren. But what happens every year is that they send me the list and everything is already bought out because they send it to me so late. So I might just send money this year, but it's like the kids are making their own money now. They don't really need, well, I mean, everybody needs money, but it's the point. I'd rather get like.
I'm just writing a check. I'm writing a check.
I should stop stressing about it and just do that. Yeah, right.
And then I've come up with a lot of cool. We're going to have the Barton Family Olympics are coming back. So
I love that.
Yeah, we're going to spend time doing that. And I have a bunch of different games figured out for that. And I've created a trophy. We're going to have a family trophy. So whoever wins the most of the events will take home the trophy.
Oh, that's so fun. We should film that at your house.
I will. Oh, but anyway, so I was talking, went to church Sunday and the Christmas message and everything. And I really started thinking about, okay, when everybody has like the vision, of the nativity, right? And what that was like. But I really started thinking about what it really entailed. So they had to, it said that they went up to. So I'm imagining, okay, you've got a 9-month pregnant woman who's probably walking some and riding the donkey, whatever, and they have to go like 40 or 50 miles walking.
Well, they knew they both knew she was getting ready to give birth, but they had no room at the inn.
But imagine like the trip leading up to that. Like, can you imagine like if you were 9 months pregnant and Fred was walking you through the desert and the last part, you got to go like 10 miles uphill, 9 months pregnant, your feet are swollen. Like you got to pee every 5 minutes, like, and you got to go pee behind a cactus or something. Like, can you imagine the conversations that we would have had with our husbands versus, I wonder if they had those conversations. Like, I wonder if she got annoyed with him or aggravated with him, or was she?
No.
She was so holy that she didn't sin and didn't yell at her husband because he wasn't walking the donkey fast enough.
She was still a virgin. She didn't have sex because she was already pregnant with the blessed Jesus. Okay, now everybody knew that. Joseph knew that. Mary knew that. His parents knew that. All who knew of that. So they didn't have any kind of relations until after the birth.
Did they ever? Well, yeah, they did because they had kids.
Because it was an immaculate conception, and they both knew because the archangel came to them and spoke to both of them and knew that it was a...
So do you think that Mary had any of the negative things that occur when you're pregnant?
Well,
like
do you?
The way... I mean, she was pregnant.
But she's also a blessed virgin,
I know.
mother of Jesus,
I know.
gifted by God. And
I know.
so, and no, I mean, I don't think she suffered as much as a woman.
And I
would
wondered,
suffer.
like, did she actually, like, when she was in labor, right? And she was giving birth to Jesus, and, you know, you go up to the inn and they're like, oh, you've got no room at the, I mean, like, imagine like somebody like now, like the trials and the tribulations that would cause you or me or anybody else out there that's ever, you know, been pregnant. Like, and you walk up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm miserable. I've had 50 miles in the desert. All I want to do is like my feet are I've got cankles and like, I just want to lay down and put my feet up.
I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. And, you know, they have this Mary on Netflix, a show about Mary from her childhood and how her parents conceived her and all of that. And it takes you through her entire life up to and probably after the birth and probably till the death of Jesus. I'm not sure. But anyway, I started watching it and I didn't get to the end of it. And it's funny that you brought that up today because I just watched it before I left. And it's, I guess I'll find that out depending on how they depict it. You know, it's everybody's own depiction of what they believe that she went through.
And did she another thing was when she was in labor, did she suffer labor pains? And did she have to go through everything that we go through to have?
No.
Because it was Jesus? So Jesus saved her?
She was conceived a child from God. So it's a godly child given to her by God. So God certainly isn't going to make her suffer to bring Jesus into the world, right? And so it was probably the smoothest birth you've ever thought of could possibly be.
So you don't think she had
hemorrhoids, no cankles, no, none of that shit. No. It was a
no tears, no episiotomy.
No,
nothing.
No. Why would God make her suffer like that when she did everything according to his will?
So he spared her.
He spared her, absolutely.
So Jesus, like he came to save us, he saved his own mother from having to experience the pains of
God
labor.
The Father saved her the pain of labor.
Well, right, but Jesus, because she was pregnant with Jesus, because she went on to have other children, so I wonder, did he save her?
Hurt. I'm sure. Right, yeah, he spared her for Jesus because she was pregnant from God's seed, which was never, it was just put there. Just like our souls in our children, when we're pregnant, God puts their souls in them.
I was looking up the Bible verses from church, Matthew 13:53-58, but I got to pull it up. So what do you think about?
Well, I'm just going to talk until you find it because, I know how you are with that.
I know, Matthew 13.
She'll just pretend she's talking to something and not know what the hell she's saying. So let's talk about this book from Susie Eldington. It's called Toxic People. It's from her series, I Am Just a Vessel. And it's very interesting. It's about gaslighting others and you being lighted. It's just like when you're around toxic people and you know that they're not doing you any good, that you should try to steer away from them if possible. If all you've done is you've tried to help and whatever, and that it just isn't taking, so then you just know that it's time to walk away. But it also helps you to yourself to not become a toxic person as well. So it's very, very interesting, this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Want me to read a little?
Yeah, read me a blurb.
A little blurb. Okay. Oh, let's see.
And then we can go into that. Actually makes perfect sense with, okay, let me do this first. So while we're talking about toxic people, so Matthew 13:53-58 reads this. When Jesus had finished these parables, he moved on from there. Coming to his hometown, He began teaching the people in their synagogue, and they were amazed. Where did this man get this wisdom and miraculous powers, they asked. Isn't that the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother's name Mary? And aren't his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? Aren't all his sisters with us? Where then did this man get all these things? And they took offense at him. So then I'm thinking, like, as I was thinking about Mary, right? So then Jesus, the next thing kind of that we hear about Jesus's young life was when they went for Passover and they went to the synagogue and they were there for days. And then...
And they left and thought Jesus would left, but he stayed back and was teaching the rabbis, and they were shocked that he knew so much. Then they actually they called him rabbi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I remember I'm thinking, okay, well, here you are, you have a child, right? Like we had a child. Mary and Joseph had the child. Like, can you imagine, like, I'm imagining like a family gathering because they all probably went together. It was a celebration. It was prayer. It was like, whatever. And then it's like, okay, well, everybody come on, load up your stuff, get your camels, let's go. We're out of here. And they went, like 2 days away or a day away before they realized, like, oh, crap, where's Jesus? Imagine as parents, like what they felt. So then fast forward to Matthew 13, Jesus grows up. Everybody knows, like in his hometown, like he's known, like everybody, knew you and me as when we were growing up, but he's trying to teach them. And then his own people, like his own people in the town where he grew up were like, well, we don't like him. Like, who does he think he is? Where did he get all these powers? Like, and they took offense with him. So now you're toxic people. He was surrounded by people that were supposed to be, like you would think, from your hometown, right? Think about how toxic people can be in your own hometown.
Where did you get that information that he hung around toxic people?
I didn't. What I just read you, Matthew 13, right. 53 through 58.
But as a child.
And they took offense at him.
The rabbis or the people?
No, the people in his hometown.
Just jealousy. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when someone has something that you want and you don't have it and you're jealous. So that's jealousy. That's toxic, right?
So even his hometown people were like...
Right. Okay. So now I get that. No, my thing is, so where did that incorporate what we were talking about Mary?
Well, I started thinking about Mary and Joseph, and then it took me to
another rabbit hole.
Getting lost when they lost Jesus. Well, didn't lose him, but they left him behind. And then the message, or Robbie from Salty Church went into like how even Jesus wasn't, he had to go through the same crap that we have to go through. A hometown that, whatever, talk smack about you, or, whatever, or your own people that talk
right, but you
crap.
Are neglecting to take in consideration that Mary and Joseph knew that he was immaculately conceived by the seed of God.
Yeah.
And they knew that, yes, he might not have came out with us and he's somewhere, but we have to find him. But they also believed he's a product of God and the Messiah to come, and God is going to take care of him. And you put your faith in God to trust over your child, like I had to do when my daughter left to go to New Jersey. I had to pray to God every day and give up, God, if this is your will, then, please take care of her for me because I can't be there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it would be the same thing, I would assume, but even more because that that's a child of God, right? Because you had the angels coming and telling you all that, right? Mary and Joseph.
So do you
both.
think that, okay, so I'm thinking of it from the perspective of, as a parent, right, I would be mortified if I lost the kid. Like, it'd be bad enough to lose a kid, but to lose the kid and leave him behind, like in the movie, what was that, Home Alone or whatever, Home Alone movie. But you're looking at it from the perspective of it. They were probably more laissez-faire because they knew that God was going to watch over him.
Not laissez-faire. They had faith that God, if they weren't there to watch over him and protect him, that God would. That's their faith. They had the faith in God.
Okay, see? The rabbit hole. One perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
So what?
I don't know. But I mean, I just looked at it from the perspective more of, oh my gosh, like...
Of being a regular child.
Of being, and well, being
Any
a regular...
child, though, isn't...
Being a regular
the child of God, isn't that supposed to be?
Yes.
Right. But if people had more faith in God, that,
I mean, imagine
that's a
how...
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
A whole nother rabbit hole. No.
A whole nother rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
don't want to go down that
so
road.
then Jesus goes back, and the next thing we know is he's back in his hometown, and he's teaching, and he's performing miracles within his hometown. And then his hometown people are like, who is this guy? Where'd this guy come from? Why does he have these gifts? And they were offended by him. So now we'll go to Susie Yelvington and toxic people.
Okay, but when he came back from Bethlehem and the rabbi scenario and came back, he was still a child. He didn't go through the gifting and the fighting off Satan in the desert. When Jesus went to the desert for 40 days to fight off Satan, which is what he did, and prove that because he was half human and half spirit God, right? So he had to accept his fate and all of that. And that's when he wound up having powers in order to convince people that he was who he said he was, the Son of God. Because people would not just believe his word just from what he spoke by having all this intelligence and godly knowledge. They still didn't believe him. He needed to show them through a miracle that he has the power given to him by God. So that's when he started to show like doing things like that.
Well, but see,
like he might have healed a bird. I think his brother saw him healing a bird at one time.
Yeah, and that's
little things like that,
right?
But not doing any leprosy or any big things, just little things. Yeah, that they knew he was special. Right.
Yeah. And that was his own people.
Right. Well.
So.
Right.
Now we're going to go to toxic people with Susie Yelvington.
And I can't really see this.
Do you want me to read it?
I wish you would. I can't.
Which one?
The first page, that one.
Don't be the perfect one. Be the right person. God can do amazing things with a willing heart. God is not mad at you. Psalm 145, verse 8. Teach your mind to respect your body. Remember, difficult does not mean impossible. Do not let people bring you down. Overcome problems together. Confidence is not, they will not like me. Confidence is, I'll be fine if they don't. God didn't give you this life to waste it. Others may laugh because they have no idea what you're capable of. God has anointed you with his favor. If they do not know you personally, do not take it personally. Don't chase, but you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful life. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9, God's special possession, mercy, and grace.
Amen to that. But that is not like something to...
Yeah, like, I mean, Jesus wasn't worried, hey, will they like me? He did it anyway.
Right.
He was like, all right, y'all don't like me, peace out.
Right.
I'm going to move on down the road to, some people.
My word is for people who want to hear my word, not my word for people who don't believe in it or want to hear it, right? So he didn't care. All he wanted was for his word to move people who cared, just like anywhere you go. You know what I'm saying?
That believed,
yeah.
People that believe.
We all want people to like us. And, when we meet new people or go, or do whatever, we all want people to like you. But sometimes people just don't. I mean, people just, they all love me, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But, no, I'm kidding.
I I do. All right. And with that, should we call it a wrap?
And we can call it a wrap. We just want to wish you a blessed holiday season. Let's not forget the reason that we're here. It's not Santa Claus, although the kids love Santa Claus. It is because of the birth of our Savior and Lord Jesus Christ. And I just want to wish you all blessings and a Merry Christmas. And
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Mwah. Merry Christmas, Angelina. I love you.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Bye.